If you're like me and still gearing your alts in Season 4 of Dragonflight, my friends, please give me a few minutes of your time because I will fill in a few gaps on the gearing methods that are very easy, very solo friendly, very casual friendly, but I honestly have missed them when I have published this video where I was talking to you about a basic gearing guide for Season 4. Yes, unfortunately, they were kinda to the side of the main path that I have determined, and that video still stands, but if you are not using these methods, you will miss out, especially on a non-time walking week. During time walking week, well, there are a few ways, but time walking is the lion's share of that gearing process. But today I'll tell you about inefficient methods, don't waste your time with them, and also methods that are really good, still very good, and you need to know about them. Let's start with inefficient method. The most inefficient method, my friends, is running heroic dungeons. Yes, they are queuable. Yes, the item level has been lifted. They have done all this hullabaloo with merging kind of the method with basically the old mythic zero kind of into the queuable experience. That's all good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's inefficient because you are still dealing with people. You're still dealing with some dungeons which are not great, such as the, that infinite time dungeon with Chromie and all that stuff. I don't know if you like that stuff. I don't judge, but I think it's a crap dungeon personally. But the inefficiency of it is that you're running with people, it's not crazy fast, and gearing level of people is different, skill is different, and the drops, most importantly, the drops are not guaranteed. And if your luck is anything like mine, my friend, you will be screwed. So all I'm saying is, if you are using heroic dungeons, use it as augmentation, as addition, not as a main source of gear. That's all I'm saying to you. Now, further, Mythics Plus. Okay, Mythics Plus exists. Let's not pretend that they don't. It is not my method of gearing because it falls into the same inefficiency and reliance on people and on the social element thing. Additionally to that, they are significantly harder, and it is harder to get into as a DPS. Old story, not gonna hammer it down. Don't use them. I don't think so. Now, I've just published another mini video where I thought I discovered another amazing method, but now the jury is kind of split on it. Is it a bug? Is it a very strange conditional thing that Blizzard has done to buff the drops chance of gear from trash in LFR? Watch that video. That's basically it. That's all I said there. I wanted to draw your attention to it as early as I have discovered it, but now I ran a ton of alts through it, and I don't have anywhere near that luck or whatever the hell it was. Mentioning it here for honorable mentions only. Now let's go with the main kind of handful of other gearing methods that I have missed. Dreamsurge zone. Yes, it is still worth doing Dreamsurge. I sort of said in that gearing guide over there that it's not worth your while because I kind of stupidly assumed that they did not raise item level there at all. They have, my friends, they have. And here is what you do. First of all, there is a vendor right next to Naralex who is like channeling that thing that he's channeling there, the Dreamsurge thing buff. There is a vendor. That vendor sells the tokens of 454 gear. If you have Dreamsurge Coalescence for some reason on your numerous alts that you have quested on, months ago, whatever, you can absolutely buy some gear for slots that are not filled out yet with decent gear, obviously not to waste your Dreamsurge Coalescence, and send it to your alts. Or you can do it on that exact alt by flying around the zone, doing those quests a little bit, doing the discovering the Dreamsurge or whatever the name of the quest is, you know what I'm talking about, and basically getting a little bit of gear. Fyrakk Assaults. Fyrakk Assaults are still happening, and I have ignored them completely, wrongly so, because of a few factors. First of all, if you're killing named rares and those elites running around there, you get a chance to also get just random drops of 454 gear from them, green gear. So it still drops there. You can just hang out in the zone, okay? It's not super plentiful from what I've seen, but it's a method, okay? Main thing is you are going to get wards of Igira and wards of Fyrakk to open those molds and crucibles, whatever they're called there, those altars there that they have. And my friend, for the first 3 keys that you get to open the main kind of purplish looking elite chest there, you will get once a week, you will get a 480 piece of gear. Look, it's once a week, it's only one item, but it's for each of your alts, and if we are raising our item level for the entry into Awakened LFR 463 item level, it's nothing to sneeze at. I'm sure you would agree with me. For a green alt, it's great. For a green alt, it's fantastic. Still totally worth your while. It's not worth hanging around there to farm those random drops periodically from just normal mobs, the 454s. However, it's a nice addition if you get some of that gear. Also, obviously, kill the Disciple of Fyrakk. Disciple of Fyrakk can drop 460 gear. That's okay. As well at this stage, okay, we have nothing to sneeze at for a fresh out. And at the same time, Disciple of Fyrakk, obviously, when you kill them the first time, drops one of those keys to open that big chest for your 480. So, totally a method, absolutely. I missed it. You don't have to, okay? Now, if you have one of those alts, I have a few of those, who have not either started or who have not finished the Emerald Dream Dragon quest there with the green Dragonflight. Yes, if you haven't finished the quest line and you sort of don't feel like farming the gear, don't feel like being lucky, don't feel like running heroic dungeons, good on you, right? My friend, don't forget that you can just finish that quest line. It's very easy baseline 454. Once again, green gear, nothing too exciting. But it will help you fill out certain things. Just be aware, my friend, that none of these sources that I've listed so far to you give you trinkets. You can even get rings, you can even get necklaces, and obviously the main gear and stuff. And the end of the line quest gives you also a weapon. But no trinkets. So for trinkets, that's a very separate story. For trinkets, you really need to look out for the green, and if you're lucky, blue. World quests, yeah. World quests still occasionally, and don't forget Zaralek Cavern. So you need to click on the main map. You need to click on that arrow that takes you into the sub zone of Zaralek Cavern. Zaralek Cavern is known to have some trinkets, Drogba rocks, a few other trinkets. Other areas, from what I've seen so far in the Dragon Isles, does not have trinkets, so at the very least I wasn't lucky enough to see any in Season 4, specifically recently as I restarted my subscription, but Zaralek Cavern does. Be aware that not the vendors in Dreamsurge, not the other kind of questing areas, etc., and not the main quest line of the Green Dragonflight in Emerald Dream, none of that gives you trinkets, so you need to keep an eye out on trinkets, my friend. Now in Awakened LFR, in case you missed it, randomly but relatively reliably, one of the bosses, not necessarily the first one, but usually among the first 3 bosses that you will do in one of the wings of LFR, will drop what is called a bronze bullion or bullion, or however that is pronounced. Tell me in the comments down below how you pronounce it, you my lovely native English-speaking people. I've been in an English-speaking environment for over 20 years and I still don't know how to pronounce weird words like that. So those bullions, they are freaking amazing. Thank you, Blizzard. Christmas came early. You get them basically for free, and they give you freaking amazing, best in the game, best in slot game, or the gear of your choosing. How could I not mention this? Yes, I talked about LFR, but I meant drops. I didn't mean targeted gear, and those bullions, man oh man, I had to record this video if for no other reason than just to mention this. Get your bullions. Each item costs 2 bullions per piece. You can also Google Wowhead article that gives you an advice of what is calculated to be the best in slot item that you should spend those bullions on. If you believe them, go ahead. I already geared like 5 or 6 of my alts lately, not just for these guides, but just because that's how I chill, that's how I play. And I have disagreed with them on some. So they were telling me basically to get something, usually a trinket, and I went and got a couple of weapons because they're amazing. So check it out. Find the place where those bullions are sold. Wowhead will point you to the coordinates. I'm not going to bother doing that. Check the place in Valdrakken, where you basically can go find little vendors there. Find a nice gear and spend those bullions very, very wisely. Now, finally, we're coming to the rather obvious, something that was mentioned before. If somehow, after all of these methods, you are not at... Well, obviously, you wouldn't be able to get bullions until you get into Awakened LFR. But aside from that, if you're still not at 463 item level, what you could do and say you are at 460 or 461, well, this is exactly where at the tail end of this little streak, yeah, of leveling up, of gearing up, I mean, item leveling up, you find a place where the upgrades are happening. It's now not in the central encampment of Emerald Dream, it is in Valdrakken, and you will do the upgrades on your green gear, of some green gear, of flight stones and crests. You will upgrade a few items here and there, use the cheap ones obviously, don't just push one item, but I usually upgrade a few green items, and that pushes my item level rather cheaply up, and that's how you will get to 463. That's it, my friends. This is an addendum, an addition to my other kind of little gearing guides for similarly inclined casual World of Warcraft players coming back into Dragonflight Season 4. I'm excited. I'm still playing. For me, it's joy to get like really early good gear. Like, I'm not someone who likes to scrape the top end and get like, you know, refinement on the builds and stuff like this. I like to level up, and I like to bring up the armies of alts. That's what my channel has always been about. And if it's also your play, if it's also how you play but you're not subscribed yet, please feel welcome here. No one is being judged here. I am a casual, have always been for many, many years, but I'm a veteran of the game at the same time. I produce content for casuals, and you belong here if that is your kind of gameplay. Give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you very, very soon, because 10.2.7 is upon us. We're going to start leveling in Pandaria. Spoiler alert. Good for you. See you later. Goodbye for now.